Hello and welcome to the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, she is my podcasting partner for life and best friend. It is the beautiful and talented Miss Savannah.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
I got plastic braces, so my teeth hurt.
Oh, better than metal ones, I guess.
Yeah.
Even
I keep getting ads for Invisalign. Like every time I watch YouTube, it's every other ad is like, "You need Invisalign. You need Invisalign." Calm down. Okay, I get it.
I'll get around to the fucked up teeth eventually, YouTube. I'm busy watching you.
Of all the ads.
Even further over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy, an author. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Hi guys. My name is Author. No,
He is an author.
I'm an author. Hey, look, 24. Wait a minute. Whoa. Our counter hasn't gone up. It's still at 23. Hi, Ginger.
That might mean
Does the
something.
counter only go up if they join while we're live?
No,
That makes sense.
I don't know. I'll have to look for it. But we are.
Well, look,
we're almost.
happy to
We're about halfway there to 50.
Whoa.
Keep pointing, Francis. Vamp for a second because I have to change music boards. And then I have to look and see, and I can't find it now.
I'm just gonna, do this for a while.
Oh, motherfucker. They took out the reggae horn on the last update. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought
It's all right.
I thought I re-added it, but apparently I didn't.
Obviously, we're just gonna have to download our own reggaeton.
Oh, no, I did. Point again, Francis. Yeah, okay. I added it to my
Perfect.
main music page, and I freaked out and didn't read it. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. We didn't do a show last week because I was in the pits again because my job denied me of a promotion, but we're not going to talk about that because it's a new week.
Oh, no.
Look, it's really hard sometimes to be entertaining when, you got kicked in the balls earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Hello, Ginger.
Yeah.
So, what's up? How are you guys been?
Okay. Do you remember a couple weeks ago when I was talking about doing a clinical study
I do.
that I was trying to get into?
I do remember that, yes.
So
Are you a
I
leper
was
now?
nervous. I was nervous that I wasn't going to pass a urine test part of it. And so I was detoxing hard. And I didn't even get a chance to fail my test because so the study was for testing tape, literally tape, like because they do patch studies where they put adhesive on your neck and
sure.
usually the tape has something on it, which is what they're testing.
Sure.
But they were literally just testing tape. They're testing a new tape that was supposed to be hypoallergenic or non-rash for whatever. And so tape, just tape. Because I have an allergy to peanuts, I was disqualified from this study.
So they're like
So do you feel
peanut
like
oil on the tape?
No, it's just tape. It's because the reaction that I have from my allergy to peanuts, they disqualified me. And I was
Is that
like,
not a screening question? Like, how is that not something they
Yeah.
just find out way before you even get?
well, it depends on the study too,
Hmm.
is the thing. And it's one of those things where depending on how strict it is or whatever, but anyway.
Well, I mean that sucks that that you didn't even get to fail your drug test.
Yeah. So
Because that
I
is
would have passed the pregnancy test though, which they still would have made me take.
well,
Pass the wait. Doesn't mean does passing mean you are pregnant or you're not pregnant?
No, you're not, because
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I
'Cause you
mean,
can't be pregnant if you're.
you would withhold a lot of that information, I would hope, for the joke. And then, like, figure out some way to joke and be like, oh, I forgot. I don't even have the reproductive system.
Yeah. Well, for most of their studies, you have to be either postmenopausal or surgically sterilized or, whatever, which I'm both. So,
Wait, you're menopausal?
yeah, that's what happens when you don't have ovaries.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Things you know. Things you know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you need that audio, but you need that audio.
I do.
The more you know.
I usually have a page on the notes here where I can write, like, download this or that, but I wrote so large and had a few things to talk about that I don't have that second page, so we're gonna have to try to remember that.
Well, here's a question: are you using the same notebook that you said was almost full?
Yes. It is almost full. There's like 15, 20 pages left, but that's almost full.
Okay. I was just curious. I don't know.
It is. It's almost full.
Well,
I mean, it's better than saying we're fucking close to next Monday.
so I cannot write on paper. I can't do it.
Oh,
I
I'm
would
not
never
saying
be
that
able-
I can read any of this. When I look down to read this, I'm gonna make very confused faces because I wrote a lot of this in the dark.
I do a lot of writing during the day at work, but like for just writing myself notes and stuff like that. But I don't know. After I had, do you guys know I had carpal tunnel surgery? Did you guys
Yes.
know
Oh
that?
wow.
Like 10 years ago.
No.
12 years ago. Yeah, 12, Jesus. And yeah, so writing is not fun for me for more than 5 minutes.
Oh sure. Yeah.
After giving heart stay, I had to write 60 personal thank you letters.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
It took me like 3 days.
That's when you get the typewriter out. and then
Yeah.
Right. Just sign
Nope.
each one.
No, handwritten because they gave us lots of money. So
Mm.
No, you just have to handwrite handwrite parts of it.
it was just kind of a thanks for this and this, and we appreciate you, and because of this, we can do this, and blah 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 blah.
Blah.
Please note that I have no tendons in my wrists anymore.
Yeah.
So can you please type this out? Thank you.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Sincerely yours.
Well, Michelle was supposed to help me with it, but I took too long, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta get this done." So I just did it. By the end of it, it was just like chicken scratch. Yeah.
Us
You don't want to ruin your
procrastinators.
acrylic nails. You don't want to ruin those acrylic nails. So.
That's true too. Jazz hands.
Yes.
Francis, you went and saw the Batman because
did.
you got like the movie pass or some sort of movie express or movie train, or
Yeah, I
you
got
do
the
some
movie
sort
train.
of weird movie thing.
Me train.
I got the movie train. I got the movie bus. I got the.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a different genre.
I got the
movie
services
bus.
all- it says-
That's a different genre.
yeah, I got the casting couch. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you're an author.
Yeah.
Huh?
What am I casting for this? I'm casting for my book. I need you to see this.
Yes.
Can you look surprised? Okay. No. Yeah. No. I saw it. It was.
Oh shit.
No, sorry. That's fine.
That was good.
No, I did. I saw it. It grossed like $1 billion over the weekend. Like it did really well for a 3-hour freaking movie. Like it did really well. I'm surprised people wanted to watch this movie. It is not for children. It is not a kids movie in the sense that it is long and it is slow and it is a lot of talking and a lot of just. There's not a lot of punchy, drivey.
Well,
There are a
you
couple.
described it to me the day after you saw it. I asked you how it was. You described it to me as it's not action Batman. It's the world's greatest detective.
It's the world's greatest detective. It is. I in my Facebook review I called it a good Blade Runner because I hate Blade Runner, but I like this one.
Wow.
Like this version of Blade
Shots
Runner I did
fired.
enjoy. Oh, Blade Runner's so boring. But
So this version of Blade Runner was good then.
this version of Blade Runner is good, and it took a lot. Look, it didn't start off very well. The theater I went to, it was supposed to show in IMAX. Apparently, the theater broke. I don't know what happened, and they had to move the movie to their Dolby theater, and they're like, "Sorry, guys."
Boring.
Yeah, well, so it was an hour late. People were
Oh,
kind of
gosh.
like really antsy because everyone was there. There were lines, and everyone was excited to watch this movie. And so I'm watching the film, and about, oh God, maybe 2 hours in, the people to the left and the right of me were checking their phones, looking at the time, because you can tell it was just they just checked and then they put it away, right? And I'm like, oh, are these guys getting bored? Like, there's still an hour left in this movie, guys. Like, there's still stuff going on. You gotta stay till the end. But no, as he's now being called Battinson.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of Batfleck, right? Rob Pattinson, or as I like to call him, Rob Bat. He was good. He's great. He's actually a really good Batman. Zoe Kravitz, also a good Catwoman. The dude that played the Penguin, Colin Farrell. There it is. Great. Didn't know it was him.
Weird.
Like, you can't
It's weird.
tell it's him.
I just mentioned that guy today. I was like, who's the guy that always wore the knit hats in 90-degree weather? He's an actor guy. He's in the movies.
But apparently, Colin Farrell is he's just the most unrecognizable dude in this. Just like you see him, and he's like, there's a reason why this dude is getting his own show. Everyone else is great. Paul Dano's great, and there's like some twists and turns, some surprises. Cameos and stuff like that. Like, it's really it's a full on Batman world. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I was really not disappointed, but surprised to see that some of our contemporaries were like unimpressed.
Oh yeah. I was kind of shocked to see that as well. I thought
"Oh,
this would be
really?"
like glowing reviews from everybody, but
Exactly, and it got a little bit of a short shrift in the fact that I think, yeah, people expected, especially because of the trailers, like, oh, he's gonna jump around, he's gonna kick things, he's gonna be like, "Arr," and punch everyone, and
he's gonna do some Gymkhana.
there is some of that
in that.
But then there's gonna be like
I thought
Yeah,
she
there
was.
could be a
I thought she
pommel
was
horse in the
laughing.
middle
She
of
was yawning.
Oh, sorry.
I thought I said something really
Pommel horse.
funny, but no, I said something incredibly
I like
boring.
I like Gymkhana. No, she's reflecting the half the audience that was there.
Yeah.
There you go. Good cover up.
But yeah, it's good. Oh, the Planet of the Apes, Gollum, whatever his name is, he was good as Alfred.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, thank you. Andy Serkis was good. Yeah. So I mean, if you guys are willing to sit through 3 hours of a movie that has Robert Pattinson standing around staring at things for a while he tries to figure stuff out, this is the movie for you. Like, yeah, it's different. It's a different take, but people are loving it because it's the Batman. It's a new take on the Batman, and they even say it in the movie. They say the title of the movie. I am the Batman. He's called the Batman at one point in the movie. I think he calls himself the Batman at some point in the movie. So, yeah. But yeah, it's without getting into any type of spoilery stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's real good, and I'm glad that they're already like, yes, sequel. You know it here. I'm gonna throw money at you because you can make a sequel. So, a sequel to this movie.
Would you recommend The Batman?
See, I don't know anymore because, again, one of the people I thought would be the biggest cheerleader for this movie hated it. So I would say, go with low expectations. Go with knowing that it's Cedric Diggory playing the Batman, or like
Like
just
how
go
you went
into it.
Cedric Diggory and
Deep dig.
Okay,
not Edward Cullen.
Edward Cullen. Just know that Team Edward is the main guy, and he can be a little like, he doesn't do anything weird with his voice either to be the Batman. He just kind of he just does a lower register to his Bruce Wayne. His Bruce Wayne's like, "Hi," and now his Batman's like, "Hi." So it's just, it's not that different.
Hello.
Easy. I'm like, come on, guys, figure it out. You should be able to tell who this guy is. He sounds exactly the same as Bruce Wayne. This shouldn't be an issue with you guys. Just figure it out. But yeah, he doesn't try to do anything special with the voice, which is nice. I think that was a nice added bonus that he didn't try to do anything special. I wish he did his British accent for the Batman and did his American accent for Bruce Wayne, because then no one would be able to tell the difference, because he has the two different accents.
That would blow too many nerds' brains.
Oh, I'm vengeance.
Fear me. It doesn't work.
No, I don't think so. So
he's chasing him around on one of those, like, it's like a modified British police car. It does like 25 miles an hour.
Kilometers. Yeah, I want him to have like a Cockney British accent when he finds his Batman. Oi!
He doesn't have it. British Batman doesn't. British Batman doesn't have any weapons either. He just says stop, or I'll say stop again.
We'll say stop again. And he has a cricket. He has a cricket bat.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
He throws a box of chips at you.
Mm-hmm. His one weapon is Marmite, and then he's just like, I'm done. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I guess we'll never be going to the British Comic-Con.
No, we're never going to be invited to the London. I forgot what the name of the London Comic-Con is, but the London Comic-Con has a name.
Well, we're never going after that bit. You know where we might be going though, Francis? We might. There's a small. Well, it depends on how well they enjoy your spoonfuls of bullshit you feed them in the application. But WonderCon. WonderCon has opened up their press applications 7 days. The press application is open for WonderCon 2022.
When is WonderCon?
WonderCon is a week after the press applications close. I think it's like the third week in April.
Okay. Yeah, I'll apply. I got to.
Hey, look, you can apply. They can say yes. It doesn't mean that we have to go.
Here's the thing: I've been accepted as press to WonderCon every single time I've applied for press to WonderCon, which is, I'm going to be disappointed if they say no this year, because I've been accepted every single year. And the reason why
also you're a published author now, so
that is true. There are some you do have a little bit of the added ammo there.
And who else came up with the idea of Cockney Batman?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now they have to make it happen.
Now they have to. Yeah.
My Cockney Batman in a panel or something. Hey. All right. Anyway, yeah, no. No, his voice is.
Oi.
Yeah, and I don't know Cockney rhyming slang,
right?
Because apparently this slang is rhyming, but I don't know how it works. Like, yeah, it's like really weird. Anyway. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be going. I mean, if I'd like to go actually.
Look, I would like to go just for the plain fact that I get to hang out with my buddy Francis for a couple days.
Yeah.
It's always fun because it's always the voice, and that now recently, the last few months, we've been doing the video, but it's always fun when I get to see my friends that I get the podcast with, even Savannah. Savannah's a hell of a lot more fun to hug than Francis is. Like, I've never had a magical movie moment hug with Francis, but no, it is still a lot of fun.
But look, unlike Savannah, I'm not allergic to peanuts.
You can make out with Francis.
That is true. I can make out with Francis anytime I want. I have to make sure my system is clear of Snickers about a week before Savannah gets in town, assuming that's on her agenda, which apparently it was last time, and I fucked that entirely up. And you know what? Even truthfully, even if it wasn't on your agenda and you just threw it out there, I will never live it down for the rest of my life because
No, you will not.
Because it'd be fun to make out with you sometime. But no, that's for a dark episode sometime. Don't know where to transition out of that, but we might be going to WonderCon. So what?
Where's WonderCon again?
Anaheim, California.
Anaheim. Okay.
So maybe apply for 3 badges, Francis.
Eh?
I think I'm limited to. I think I'm limited to 1 guest per.
Apply for 3 badges, Francis. What are they gonna say? You can only have 2.
Well,
you're totally approved, but sorry, we can only give you 2.
Because you're greedy.
You
give me 12 badges.
You don't know unless you ask.
Yeah. Yeah, Super Geeked Up was originally supposed to be in WonderCon, but I guess that's not happening anymore.
Well, that sucks. That sucks. We'll have to take over. We'll have to take over a panel. And hope that we have some chance to run in with some producer of some other thing, maybe, and then he takes us under his wing as well, and then our talents get spread even further apart.
We should do a panel that's called "How to Do a Podcast on Twitch with 24 Followers."
How? No.
And then they look at our stats and be like, "Yeah, you're not even really doing that great."
How to do a podcast with 24 followers that half of which wouldn't be there if the pretty girl wasn't on the show.
I mean, that's true.
Because the last 4 followers that have come on here have been because of Savannah. So shout out to Deadbolt, our newest follower.
I say 6. 6, 7.
Okay, 6.
Maybe. Yeah. We'd be under 20. That's
as I look at the follower list, okay, 1, 2, 3, like the last 4 or 5 people have been all Savannah that Savannah has brought in. So,
I mean, look, the power of Tinder.
All right. I'm just saying, you guys are using your dating apps not to their fullest potential.
The power of OnlyFans. The cost for OnlyFans subscription is to follow the Points of Interest podcast. That's it. If you want access to my OnlyFans, join this podcast.
I want to make. I may have mentioned this before, but I want to make a website that's only dabs.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as OnlyFans, but it's just a bunch of people taking gigantic hits.
But see, people are gonna be disappointed because they just think it's this. Oh, where's this? This is what we want. This is that we want.
You pay me enough, I'll do that.
No, well,
I mean,
right.
That's the whole point, is to make money and do something you enjoy doing. Because honestly, nobody wants to look at me naked, but I'm sure somebody would like to watch me take a 1/4 gram or a gram-sized dab. And if I'm making money off of taking dabs, then I can afford to take 1 gram dabs.
Is there an audience for that?
What?
Is there an audience for that?
I mean, I don't think there is.
I'm looking it up. Only dabs. Oh, you're lucky. Only Dabs doesn't exist as a
That's it.
website. You can now take it as a website. You can
Or
now
like
register the domain name.
even better. Make it only dads, and it's just dudes with dad bods. That's it.
Oh, I'm sure that's.
I'm
come
sure
on.
that already exists.
Probably.
Yeah, only dads exists, right?
Okay.
Only dads. But it's not like what you think. I don't think because it's. I'm looking at it now. Let's see. Only dads. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's. Yeah, it's for single dads to get their kids, or to support single fathers. So
Oh, all right. Well, scratch that.
sadly, not dad bods.
Yeah.
But I bet you. Hold on, dad bods. I bet you there's like a dadbods.com or something. Look at this. March 25th, 2021. Dad bods are the biggest turn on for singles. for singles. Look at that.
Yeah.
You like the dad bod?
we got a lady down in the lower quarter there going, yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Really? Wow. Who knew I was in the market for so long?
Ask Martha. Ask her.
Martha knows. Yeah. Look.
No, but ask if that's what she's into.
No. Oh, I know she's not.
No?
She prefers the muscular body, but luckily I have.
Well, I mean, like I said before we hit record, I did say that I hadn't ever seen Francis shirtless, so it is very possible that he's just like, 300 underneath the shirt.
Yeah. I hide my six-pack
It's
and
airbrushed.
biceps.
It's a bunch of airbrushed 6-pack on Francis' chest or abdomen area.
Yeah. Anyway. Abs.
Speaking of your abs, yeah. I don't have anything to transition out of your abs.
Well, wait. Other people have abs.
Other people have abs that they show off that are usually covered in oil.
Yeah.
Josh.
It's plain.
It's still real to me, damn it!
I hope that gets you every single time I play it. The wrestling stuff, the part where Francis and probably everybody else tunes out, but you
need a dedicated podcast all about wrestling.
Probably
one dedicated.
One day. But anyway, in the AEW, the owner of AEW, recently, just last week, purchased another wrestling organization that is currently in hiatus as they try and figure out what they want to do. Well, they got purchased instead. Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor.
Oh, shit.
Ring of Honor.
Yes. Ring of Honor. So he now owns the IP, a library, going back to, I think, to 2009.
Damn.
Possibly before that, but it's whenever Ring of Honor was sold to the Sinclair Group. I don't know when exactly that was, but whenever Sinclair purchased Ring of Honor, that's the IP that Tony now owns. Tony, because me and Tony Khan are buddies. So AEW doesn't have a streaming service right now. There's some rumor that they might get under the HBO Max umbrella, which would be huge. But once they get a streaming service and they're able to stream not only AEW content but all this huge library of Ring of Honor stuff, that's gonna change a lot of shit. There's a lot of Ring of Honor fans that are out there that don't really have a place to really pick up any old Ring of Honor stuff. I think one of the streaming services, I think, or like one of the weird cable stations, I think they do old Ring of Honor shows. But go ahead, Francis.
What is Ring of Honor?
It's just it's the name of a wrestling organization.
Okay.
That's where a lot of WWE stars got their start.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a minor league of some sort?
Yeah.
I mean,
and they're
in
big
the
in
big,
Japan too.
they had a close relationship with New Japan Wrestling.
Okay. Okay.
So there was a lot of Japanese wrestlers that came over here, vice versa. CM Punk had a big stint in Ring of Honor. In the
Daniel
pay-per-view
Bryan.
this past weekend, he came out in his Ring of Honor gear and
Oh,
Ring of Honor music.
damn. Oh, damn.
Wow.
Last Wednesday on the weekly AEW show, it was pretty much all old Ring of Honor participants. Throughout the whole show, they all shook hands before and after every match. It was really cool to see.
Is that a
It was a Ring of
is it
Honor
shaking-
thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Shaking hand thing.
Yeah. So it's just really cool to see. And there's been more news that came out of it since I wrote all this down. But apparently Tony Khan is going to be running Ring of Honor shows as well. He's going to be the booker for the Ring of Honor shows. I think they should use Ring of Honor as like their minor league, you know, and not swap back and forth. You know, it's totally interchangeable. But a lot of their instead of using their YouTube shows to showcase all these other wrestlers that they can't put on TV or they don't have anything for TV, at least they could put them on Ring of Honor shows. That's another outlet for them. But it also opens up. There's a lot of people that want to have some dream matches, some tag teams that have been talking a lot of shit on Twitter. It's an exciting time for wrestling, just in that sense. AEW continues to pull out surprises and twists and turns that you don't expect, which is why I continue to watch it. Which I can
Did we
Did
we talk about Cody Rhodes yet?
We did a little bit last week when you were here.
Okay. Okay.
There is no real update on Cody Rhodes, but I think he's going to be in some way running in part Ring of Honor.
Oh.
Everybody thinks he was going to WWE. Then Tony Khan says, "Yeah, I bought Ring of Honor." And then all the conversation on the internet about him going to WWE stopped that night, basically.
Okay.
And everybody was like, wait a
I'm
second.
tracking.
Maybe he's going to go do something in Ring of Honor.
Okay. All right. I'm tracking.
So
That's exciting.
yes. And the AEW also put on their big pay-per-view this weekend called Revolution. No title changes happened. It was a 5-hour show. It was definitely worth the investment. I watched it with friends, so it wasn't a full investment. So it was nice, but it was a late night.
I missed it.
You missed a great show. There was definitely some great matches. The dog collar match between CM Punk and MJF was pretty awesome.
Oh my god.
Everybody bled. But the big thing that I took away from it,
Francis, he looks so uncomfortable.
Everybody bled.
everybody bled. If you look up pictures, Francis, you will see just a crimson mask, as they call it. I think CM Punk cut himself a little deeper than he intended to. And he bled. In fact, the referee had to change his gloves during the match. You don't ever see that. There was also thumbtacks involved at the end of the match. And when CM Punk went for the pin, the referee goes to slap the hand on the mat, count 1, 2, 3, slapped his hand right into some thumbtacks.
Oh God!
And had to continue counting 1, 2, 3. And as soon as he was done, ripped the glove off his hand, and it luckily pulled the tack out of his hand as well.
Oh, good.
He was like, he kept looking at his hand. He's like, yes, thumbtacks. Anytime somebody brings out a velvety bag in a wrestling match, like a little like velvety like pouch, everybody knows it's full of thumbtacks.
Oh.
So
That's for like a bulk.
there is another big match involving a couple other old WWE wrestlers, John Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose, and Bryan Danielson, formerly Daniel Bryan. Yeah, wrestling
Daniel
is
Bryanston?
interesting. Daniel Bryan, or yeah,
Brian
Bryan
Daniel Bryanson.
Yes, either way is correct. So they had a big grudge match. Again, people bled, but at the end of the match, what's his face? Danielson, he lost. He was bitter and continued to beat up Moxley. Out comes the wrestling school security guards. They start getting beat up by the wrestlers. And who comes out, not down the ramp, but, you know, the space in between the ramp and the crowd? But
The little
this
tunnel.
ugly motherfucker on screen right now, William fucking Regal, comes out.
No. What?
He comes out
No.
and slaps the hell out of Moxley, says a couple things to him. What's his name? Bryan Danielson is laughing in the corner because he just saw the other guy get slapped by this old man. And he comes over to him and slaps the shit out of him. Who is William Regal? Well, he's this ugly dude on screen. I found this picture because it is classic William Regal. He is a wrestler going back, I believe, from the 70s. His character, his gimmick was a very extremely posh English royalty. He would stand in the ring with one arm behind his back and stand regally. His
Wasn't
shirt
just
had
a clever name.
his shirt, the front of his shirt, his blouse was all frilly and what he wore like almost like a British military long overcoat thing to the ring. Anyway, William Regal went on to run NXT, which was WWE's developmental. He was kind of their on-screen commissioner. He was the one that would say, you know, where this pay-per-view is coming up, or the thing that everybody loves to mimic William Regal saying, which was War Games. Because that was the big NXT pay-per-view. Well, AEW doesn't have War Games. That their copycat version is Blood and Guts, and I can't wait for. I don't think he's going to be in a commissioner role, William Regal. But William Regal is all elite. He is a part of AEW. His contract was expired from WWE, and Tony said, "Come on in." I saw a couple of things today that said that nobody knew he was even on site. So the reactions, especially the commentators, apparently the reaction that the commentators gave was a real reaction. They had no idea he was there. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. He made the two wrestling opponents shake hands and kiss and make up. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm stoked. AEW continues to just pull out surprises, and why not continue watching? Is what I say. The subscriber count should go up now because there's a dog on screen.
Yeah.
For everybody that listens to the audio part, you need to listen. You need to watch live. You could see the dog. You see the doggo.
do. Yeah.
You can watch the YouTube
She-
and post.
She just spent a week away, and now she's back. So
Back
Just-
again.
just soaking up all of the Stella Snugs.
Mm.
Right.
That's
Yes.
She was my dad's girlfriend for the week.
Ah,
Oh, there you go.
And they spoiled her so much that when Janine left, Scylla just stared wistfully at the door, waiting for her to come back. It's like, okay,
Stella went to
get
the
it.
lake house.
no, she. But yeah,
Yes.
essentially. Yeah.
Yes. Bert's,
so if you-
Bert's Lake House.
If you only listen, how will you know that dogs exist
That's
in
right.
our world if you don't watch and join the road to 50?
Yes. You can subscribe and like and hit the bells and do all those things because the sound effect I don't think plays anymore, to be honest. Oh, I turned the fucking volume down. So it probably does play, but I turned the volume down, so I have no idea. But you can also subscribe too. You should do that too. Anyway, not as fun stuff to talk about, I guess, but it's something that happened, I guess. I don't know. I'm an F1 fan. I like car racing. It's fun. I watch it to escape reality. For a couple hours, well, not for a couple hours. It's more like for 6 hours every other weekend from spring to almost winter. I get to watch people drive in exotic countries, the pinnacle of car racing, and watch cars go fast. Well, with the current world events that are going on, there's a lot of drivers and a lot of teams that were saying, well, Russia's on the calendar. It's always been there. But I don't feel very comfortable going there. And then F1.
Understandable.
And the Russian Grand Prix was due to take place in the Sochi Olympic Park. And then starting next year, they were supposed to go to a new facility. Well, F1 and the FIA, which is the governing body, they announced someday last week, I don't remember what day it was, but they announced that they canceled the Russian Grand Prix entirely, canceled the contract with the promoter. And, more details are to come. I believe the next morning, the U.S. Formula One team, Haas F1, announced that not only had they dropped their title sponsor, which was a Russian company, but also dropping their second driver, a Russian driver named Nikita Mazepin. So it's just crazy that it invaded the thing that I watch to escape stuff. And invaded is a fucking horrible word to use right there.
Well,
yeah. Half points to myself.
Give yourself something. You gotta give yourself something for that one, yeah.
But no, it's crazy. And the F1 season starts, I believe, in like 2 or 3 weeks. So that leaves one team has to find a title sponsor and bring up a second driver, which fine, whatever. I'm sure they have. But now there's a hole in the calendar that they may or may not fill. And
Do they have to fill it?
they don't.
Is it a requirement?
I mean, there's arguments out there, Francis, that 20 to 22 races is too much.
Oh, there you go.
So-
That's slightly longer than an NFL season. There you go. Just
Not to go off on a fucking sports tangent or nothing, but I saw a thing today that they want to increase football teams to 40. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know how many teams are in football now.
there's like 30. No, there's 32. I think there's 16 games.
There's 32.
I think so. Yeah.
So they want to add 8 more teams.
What? I mean, some places aren't represented. I mean, there's 32. Yeah. Some places aren't represented. Like
Okay. So so let's make up the Iowa team. The Iowa what? Fucking cornrows.
Pig fuckers.
Wow.
What's wrong with Iowa?
No, you said
They
places
want
weren't
A lot of
represented.
pig
So
farms.
Oh, okay.
Iowa doesn't have a team, do they?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Dakota,
The North
South Dakota.
The North Dakota
Idaho.
floodplains.
Here we go.
The
North Dakota assholes.
We don't have that much. Hawaii should have a team.
North
There you go.
Dakota seatbelts.
The Hawaiian coconuts.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's just a giant coconut that runs onto the field. And like, it should be a giant coconut that runs in the field, and several people tried to turn it into like a telephone,
And what? Discord just took a shit.
Yeah, what?
I said it should. And then there should be people who run into the field to try to turn the coconut into usable appliances, like a telephone or something, or like yeah,
Transistor radio.
yeah,
Yeah.
a show that hasn't been seen in like the last 30 years, but I'll
Yeah. Yeah.
Which how does
Or
that-
could be Hawaii James Cook murderers. Or no.
We're trying to make
Every-
light of things, and
James Cook.
Savannah just keeps
No,
going down this like dark road. Like Savannah's just going down like the road of truth.
Yeah.
yeah,
Guys, I'm sober even, so I don't know.
the Hawaiian heroin addicts.
The
Yeah,
Hawaii-
let's do that. Yeah.
I wasn't trying to say that he was murdered bad. Like he was anyway. He was a colonizer. It's fine.
The Hawaiian who?
The Hawaiian. Damn, these uniforms are expensive here.
Mm-hmm.
Or
The
but
Hawaiian
anyway,
lava surfers.
the Hawaiian lava surfers.
The
yes, exactly.
the Oregon pot smokers.
Oh.
I think doesn't Denver have a team already?
Mhm.
You can't give your state, even though I know California has like 17 NFL teams. That's beside the point.
He said Oregon, not Denver.
I know, but I was gonna.
Oh.
I was lamenting him for trying to add another team to Colorado, but then I realized California has 3 teams, so
Yeah.
never mind.
And doesn't New York have like 2 teams? And
I think
the
so. I
Jets
think
and
they have
the-
2 teams that
yeah.
play in the same stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, really?
Yeah, the Giants and the
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 Jets?
Jets.
Jets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they play in the same. Well, they at
really?
least
No, they're
used to. I don't know if they
Jets.
still do today or not, but they used to. Because I think they're both in Buffalo.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm not a football person. I have no idea.
I'm not either. I don't
The-
even know why I brought it up.
The Wyoming. Why is there a team? Wyoming. Why? The Wyoming Whys.
Why?
Like why? They
Well,
have
yeah,
to they
because
have
the
to
team
play.
will consist-
They have to play at Mile High Stadium here because they don't. Why would they build a stadium in Wyoming?
They'll just use one of the high school stadiums.
Yeah,
leave it alone.
yeah. Actually, that one of the high school stadiums. If they had a big high school stadium, they could probably house the entire state of Wyoming in one. Boom! Not going to the Wyoming Comic Con.
2022 is for burning bridges, is what we're doing.
Yeah, hopefully
you
not.
go.
Hopefully not with that because the Denver, the PR group that's been using Denver Comic Con for the last 10 years is bowed out this year, so that really sucks.
Oh
Ginger says
damn.
Ginger says they have 3 teams. The Bills, Jets, and Giants. I guess Bills don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's
Or
right.
If they do, they
The Buffalo
Really?
Bills. Yeah, the Buffalo Bills. I remember that. Yeah.
Where did they
Alright.
go?
I don't know. But here's the Buffalo Bills. Let's see.
I'm going to guess they're one of the Vegas, probably.
No, Vegas is only
Oh wait,
The
no,
Raiders.
I went hockey.
Yeah.
I went
the
hockey.
Golden Knights.
Yeah, I went hockey on that.
The Golden Knights. Mm.
The thing I didn't like about the NHL expansion is like the Golden Knights. They just got to pick like the best teams or the best players from every team. And they
It's
get
not
the
their fault that they can afford it.
It's not their fault they can afford it.
yeah, it's not their fault they have all the money. Fuck everybody else.
Have you been to Vegas? I mean, come on.
No, I haven't. Well, I mean, I have once. I was a
Really?
child. I was a
Oh.
child, so that doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. Look, how you need to have money to go to do things like that. I'm not gonna go to. It's like going to Florida. Sure, it would have been fun to go to Florida. But a lot more fun to go to Florida and go do things. Have the money to go do things.
I plan to go back soon, and then of course I will take the obligatory White Castle picture.
Look, I've got the credit.
Mm.
I have the Southwest credit. I can meet you there. I can meet you there for fucking lunch.
Well, no, we have to go. It's funny because I've been to, so I've only been to 2 states that have it, which was Ohio and Las Vegas, and I took pictures from both places and sent them to Josh. Like, hey, Josh, look at this.
Asshole, I said every time.
I don't even eat White Castle. Look at me eating White Castle. Check this out. It was great.
It's so rude.
Sliders. Yeah, you just have to go, man. You just have to go. You just have to bite the bullet and go to either. Just go to the. You know why? Why was there no White Castle in Philly? Did we figure that out? Why we never went to one in Philly? Because we were there like for 4 years straight. Why did we never go to a White Castle in Philly?
I don't think it was anywhere near because you got to remember, dude, we were out in the sticks apparently.
Yeah, the closest thing was a Wawa. That was it.
Yeah, we had the Wawa, and there was like a cheeseburger or something like that, or it was like some sort of like 50s style cheeseburger joint.
All I know is there are more
And-
places that just say their name twice more. Like, we need more of that.
And then it was like the PJs or something like that we used to go to.
Yeah, well, PJ's was the restaurant that we all hung out with afterwards. Yeah, but there was like in Canada, there's the Pizza. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, at least I know where that is. You know, it's easy to remember, right? You don't have to remember anything weird. Like,
Vegas has a casino named Circus Circus.
that's true.
I believe I have been there. But again, I was a kid. My grandmother was driving me back from summer vacation from her house in California back to my house in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped in Vegas to eat lunch, or grandma had to go to a slot machine or something. I don't know. Maybe she had the gambling addiction and I didn't know about. I don't know. All I know is that we stopped at some casino that had a replica of the Bonnie and Clyde car.
Oh, the Bonnie and Clyde car. That's not Circus Circus, I don't think. The Bonnie and Clyde car is like in Fremont
like-
Street.
Well,
Oh, is that the
yeah.
Nugget?
I think it's in downtown somewhere. Yeah.
well, it
Gold
was
Nuggets
it was
downtown.
inside a casino, and I just stared at that while my grandma did whatever the hell she was up to. I have no idea. What up, guapo? Yeah, I so no, I haven't been as an adult. I can't really even say I was really there as a kid, but it's something I would like to go and do.
Well, and I think Vegas has a mafia museum now,
There
which
is
I
a
think
mafia
has
museum.
the car.
There's
I mean, I'm not even really fascinated by like mafia stuff, but as a kid and looking at that car at that time, I know it was a replica, but I was just like, holy shit.
It was called the Death Car.
Fucking slightly overkill, guys.
They had Tommy guns back then. Like,
I
you
know.
could control it. It was just
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have a friend that's out in Vegas that I'm sure if I called ahead of time, I can at least have someplace to stay at the very least. But it's something that I think I would like to do, even though I can't really afford it. I can afford some fucking White Castle. I know I can. I
I was gonna say
afford
you're only
that.
there for the White Castle anyway. You're not there for anything else. You're only there for one thing and one thing only, and that's the White Castle. That's it.
and legal whores, but you know.
Oh yeah, there's cars with billboards that dial this number and we'll come to your door. Don't, we'll be discreet.
That was like my favorite part about Vegas was every corner they're slapping the cards in their hands and trying to, and I would literally just like take stacks from every person. Like I think when I came home I had a stack big just of cards because I would just take them from. They stopped giving them to me because I would just take them all.
And then you're like, oh, look at the stars on the nipples. That's
They were
amazing.
they were like trading cards at that point.
Mhm.
Let's see how many are the same.
I believe my brother, he gave me a present one time, and the inside the present,
Was
like
it?
part of, like you open up instead of it being all packing peanuts, it was all whore business cards or something, or prosty cards or something. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Escorts. They are escorts. Prostitution is not legal in Vegas.
No.
Only legal in one county. Right? Yeah.
I think, that where the brothels are, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the Bunny Ranch and wherever
Bunny Ranch.
all the other ones that aren't as well known and have TV shows after them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the strip clubs have a back room or something, but yeah.
Hey! It's still not legal.
Pro tip.
Yeah, but guess what? So is not smoking weed, but everybody does it walking down the streets in Vegas apparently,
That's true.
What?
because they don't
That's
provide any place for you to smoke the weed that they sell there, overpriced at $85 a gram or whatever it is.
Apparently, you're supposed to be the only place you're supposed to be able to smoke it is in your private residence. You cannot do it in hotels. You cannot do it on the street. You can just walk around with booze on the street, but you can't,
Right.
have your blunt or your pipe.
No
or whatever.
dabs. No dabs on the
dabs.
street, Josh.
Shit.
Unless it's
Right.
those are the only dabs that you can have in Vegas.
Shit.
Oh, well.
Sam,
I mean,
stop
look.
me.
Well, you go to Hoover Dam. You go to.
That was the one thing I didn't see when I went to Vegas. But they have the
I-
Madame
I would-
Tussauds.
Yeah.
They have a pinball museum.
The pinball
Like-
museum would be fresh to go to. I would go full Beavis though at the Hoover Dam.
What does that mean?
During the tour.
Just the automatic flushing. That's all you'd care about.
Well, that part would be fun too. But during the tour, just be like, "Excuse me, sir, but is this a goddamn?" I can't wait for Beavis and Butthead to come back.
I hope a Hoover Dam special then.
But the Paramount commissioned a movie, and it's going to be the boys grown up.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
It's like
Why?
watching. It's gonna be like what do you call it? The Jackass now, because they're
Because they're all in their
old.
50s.
Oh, I watched that. I saw that movie.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
Jackass Forever? How was it?
I did. I think I was laughing the whole time.
No, really?
Yeah.
Did
I mean,
they have
it's a Jackass
Yeah,
movie.
I mean,
so.
it's Jackass. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you've
Did they
seen
have
the first one, you've seen all four of them, but
Exactly.
at the same time, it's one of those things that, for me anyway, I can't turn away from it. I love all of it. I think it's hilarious. I wouldn't want to be friends with any of those assholes, or if any of those assholes were friends with me, I wouldn't let them do any of the things that they do. But I'll enjoy watching other people staple their balls to their legs.
Well, I was just gonna ask, did they have a Pucano in this one?
No.
Mm.
Well, at least they didn't have that.
That guy, Danger Aaron, was super impressed with his Pucano. Wasn't that Danger Aaron? I was pretty sure that was Danger Aaron.
I don't know.
I haven't seen a single Jackass. I've never seen any of them. so
I
have no idea.
went balls deep into Jackass when I first discovered it.
Yeah, I just that. I mean, good for them. I'm glad that they have a thing.
Oh, I thought it was awesome that like when
Glad they-
Steve-O, that had all this footage that nobody would put out. So he was just like, he did one of those late night infomercials where he's like slanging his old footage, and I'm like, sure, I'll buy it. 1999, sure. Here's my credit card number.
Yeah, dude. Man.
Yeah, dude. It is some of the scenes are kind of sad now that you look back at, now, especially now that he's sober. I guess it's better to look at them, but at the time you just see him just taking hits of nitrous, just to the point where
Yeah.
he can't even put the nitrous canister in in the thing is his coordination is just destroyed. He's just struggling, and like none of his friends are like, "Hey, man, I think you've had enough." You know, they're like, "Here, let me help you."
All right, so we're gonna try to go to the June 17th, 18th, and 19th is the amazing Las Vegas Comic Con. There you go. We'll plan to see if we
June
can,
what?
17th, 18th, and 19th. Where? I don't know. It just tells me. It just says, "Hey, it's 17th, 18th, 19th." It doesn't say where it is.
I mean, Las Vegas Convention Center. It makes sense.
It's not that big, though. Like, I don't think Amazing Comic Con is that big. Like, I think it's a pretty small. It's got to be, right? No offense to them, but it can't be that big. I mean, it's no San Diego. It's no. You know. Oh, you're right. But you're right. It is Las Vegas Convention Center. So I sit corrected.
Yeah, you do.
The convention takes place in one hall, though. Hall N1. That's it.
Okay. Okay. But I mean, that doesn't. So now you have to cross-reference, like at Las Vegas Convention Center, and look up Hall N1 and look at the size. If it's if it's 17 by 30, then you know maybe we won't have to go to that. Maybe we just go to AVN instead.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I've only ever been to one of those, and it's a really interesting experience.
I think the three of us at AVN would be hilarious, because Savannah would be like, "Can we leave, please? I'm done here already." Or
they have them.
It'd be one of two Savannahs. It would be either, "Can we fucking leave? This is stupid," or we give Savannah a couple drinks, and then she's just like running around taking pictures with all the porn stars.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
only Savannah can tell.
Or you give Savannah one too many drinks, and then she's crying because she doesn't look like a porn star.
Oh no!
oh,
That one exists with alcohol. So
okay. Well, I've seen what happens when Savannah has too much marijuana in her system. She gets all slow motion and shit.
Well, time travel is a thing.
For some.
What is
happened during Moonfall. Somehow made that movie last so much longer.
And the callback from 3 episodes ago. That's extra points there. I still need to get that fucking soundbite.
Do not watch the Batman High, Savannah. Please, for the love of God.
I don't want to. That just sounds like God. I need to find Michelle's fucking review of that movie.
Why does she have
the Batman?
Oh, does she have a review of the movie?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find it.
Go
Keep
for
talking.
it. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Right. Someday, I'm going to be rich and famous and hire a bunch of big time actors to do a super duper big movie. When premiere night comes, then the movie will be really good for a while. Then it will start to drag on, and the audience will think, "Huh, well they could have stopped it there, but okay." When they think things are all wrapped up nice and tight, it will introduce a new plot that needs to be solved. That will happen again and again and again. The audience will go restless, but the movie has been good so far, so they will trust that the movie makers knew what they were doing. And they'll continue watching until the end credits. 8 hours later, when they finally stumble out of the theater, just in time to see the sunrise, they will realize what has happened and mourn the time they have lost. My hope is that movies like The Batman will continue conditioning people to trust that Hollywood would never lead them astray and keep them in the theater for a ridiculous amount of time. Just for some additional flair, my 8-hour bonus scene after the credits, and people will be incredibly upset that they missed it. And all I said in response to that in all caps was, "Please watch Moonfall."
Moonfall is nowhere near as long or as, oh my God, it's nowhere near, no. But no, yeah.
As Michelle, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, The Batman does suffer from Return of the King syndrome, where it does have like 7 endings.
Ugh.
So just be aware
It's like
that
Lord of the
when you
Rings and
think the
shit.
movies, yeah, yeah, Return of the King, yeah.
Oh,
Because the Return of the King was the third film that had like it kept ending, like everything
Right.
kept ending
right.
over and over and over again.
There was
Yeah.
no dialogue.
here.
It just kept ending though.
Yeah, just in this one, same thing. You're like, okay, the movie's over. You know, it seems like a complete. Yeah, she's exactly right because she's like, oh, great place to stop. And then they're like, no, we have one more thing we have to do. Like,
But
what's a good
wait,
place?
there's
No, no, no.
more.
One more thing we have to do.
Yeah.
And don't stay. There's nothing after the credits. Don't bother.
Like the ghost of Billy
bother.
Mays shows up.
Did you wait?
I
Did you wait?
I
Yeah.
waited till the end. I waited till
We've
the
been
end of the credits.
conditioned at this point. I'll go see an Adam Sandler movie and wait till the house lights come on.
There's a
Okay,
thing
let
at
me
the
backtrack that because I'm not going to go see an Adam Sandler movie anytime soon. He isn't funny anymore.
No.
I'm going to go see a flick at some point. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
No, it does have a thing at the end of the credits. Like there's a thing that happens at the end, but it's pointless and it doesn't add or take away. It's just there to kind of be like, congratulations, you made it to the end. Here's a thing. It does nothing though. Just be aware nothing happens as a result of this end credits thing. But there you go. You know.
It's a thing
I
and
mean,
it happened.
Apparently Twilight people are happy because Robert Pattinson is shirtless for like a portion of the film. So
Well,
you get to see.
okay.
Did
just
he
like-
sparkle?
I no.
Hey, it's only at night, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. You rarely see this movie. There are very few daytime scenes in this movie. It is mostly raining. It's at night and it's raining. Those are the two things.
Well, I mean
happen.
that does happen a lot in Gotham.
Yeah,
It is Gotham is a
Gotham is-
rainy ass fucking dreary place.
I will give them that. They made Gotham amazingly realistic. You know, so Gotham is cool. Like when you see Gotham, you're like, oh, it doesn't look like regular Chicago, or it doesn't look like a regular city. It looks meant like it's a character. Right? But anyway. There's
Well-
the sign. We got the wrap it up.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
I've
it.
been
producer.
since we started. Don't even whatever.
I know, but
yeah.
like even
But it
before
is
even before that one happened, I saw it brewing on her face. I had the music keyed up. I was waiting for you, Francis, to end your little sentence, and I would hit the music.
Here's the thing. I was just trying to recreate the Batman by providing as many endings as possible
Right.
before we got here.
Oh, we do that every week. Every week, we just can't end the show. You know, I can't just like hit stop. We have to like say all these things, and I never just hit stop. So one day I'll just do it like right now.